Some folks have told me, they're like, girl, you got to walk in ministry. I'm like, okay, if that's what you see, then that's what it is. If that's what you feel, then that is definitely what it is. You know, everyone's allowed to have their own perception of however you may present yourself. So I just try to show up, you know, I just try to show up. So divine healing is a real thing. It is a self healing prophecy. It is understanding the power of prayer. It is understanding the power of using your spiritual gifts that we all are blessed with. So as you pop in, make sure you say hi, because your hi matters. It's Dr. Allie. And at the time of this recording, it is a Sunday. And I chose to let my Sunday ministry be outdoors and taking a walk. It's nice winter there. So if you want to lace up while you're listening to this, then lace up. I'm going to give you a few minutes of love and encouragement. Good morning. And remind you that you have the power to heal yourself through prayer, through your own spirituality. I'm not telling you how to be. I'm just saying, understand that we all are entitled to connecting with our spiritual self. We have our physical, we have our emotional, we have our social. Spiritual is just as important. So don't forget to lean in and strengthen your spiritual self. That's that message for whoever needed to hear that one today. So the reason why I say this is divine healing. I just want to tell you how good God is and how blessed I feel for divine healing, for the ability to be perusing around the park, being able to move these two lovely feet of mine. Oh my gosh, you know, when I was younger, I didn't even like my feet. Oh my. Being a tall girl, I got big feet. So I was always a little skeptical about it until I didn't have the ability to use my feet. I began to cherish and appreciate these two feet of mine. So I'm going to turn it around so you can see them moving, because I want to encourage someone to move and understand the power of moving is your ministry. The power of moving can lead to your own divine healing. Don't downplay that aspect, because you'd be amazed how movement has such molding power. You got folks out here doing all sorts of levels of movement. You got running, you got jogging, you got walking, you got sitting. Even sitting, you can still do some movement. So as you decide what works best for you, because only you can decide that. Don't let nobody else tell you what works best for you. I could just provide suggestions and provide guidance in what has helped me in my own divine healing. This wonderful lady here is doing her walk with her cane, with her support, but she walking, and God will continue to bless her, because she got up and she made the decision that she's gonna move today by any means necessary, even if you need a third leg for support. So don't discount the small things. Good morning, good morning. Keep it going, keep it going. Just the mere fact that you're still here and God is blessing you with life, right? When He blesses you with life and He blesses you with the ability to move these two legs of yours underneath you, you're already starting out in the bonus, right? We're already starting out in the bonus. So let's give thanks and praise for existence, for being, for the blessings, for the ability to just move. Not everybody gets that opportunity to do it. So when you do, you gotta give thanks. So that is my reminder to you this morning. If you want your own healing, if you want to heal any aspect of your life, start first within. Start first by developing your own spiritual being, your spiritual life, your spiritual connectivity, your spiritual calling. Tap into your spiritual gifts. We all have gifts. Don't sleep on it, right? We all have gifts. Now it varies. Some are stronger than others, and some need more working than others. And that's okay. It's like any other muscle. Some muscles you just gotta put in some work and develop it, right? So Divine healing also requires you to do the work, you to put in the time, working on developing your own spirituality, your spiritual connectivity, your own alignment, identifying your misalignment, and then realigning to what you know is best for you with guidance, right? Don't try and do everything on your own. Trust in your guidance. Create your guidance team. That's a team of people who are there for you, that can pray for you, that can keep you uplifted, that can show you through their own connectivity on how to strengthen your own spiritual beingness. Someone who you trust, people who you trust, I would say more than one. Because if you kind of lean on one, it kind of makes it a more totalitarian thing. So I would say, my mother always say that your committee, create your committee, your spiritual committee. People who can pray for you at times when you can't pray for yourself. People who can keep you strong and just hold you up in high vibrations when you're at your lowest moments. I don't downplay the importance of my committee. I shout out and I celebrate my committee. I know I got a strong committee out there. And I'm so grateful for my spiritual committee that has prayed for me, that has held me during my weakest times, that have held me up in prayer. I didn't see you guys physically, but I do know you are around and you are holding me up spiritually. And my message to you through divine healing in our service today is continue being that sports of spirituality, understanding that sometimes you physically can do things, you can hold people and strengthen people physically, but what you can do it spiritually. So that means it doesn't require you using your physical beingness, but it requires you strengthening your spirituality so that you can continue to uplift others and send them divine healing, right? Reiki is a space where I really learned the power of sending healing, of knowing that we don't have to be physically touching a person to heal them, but you can also send healing through the interwaves, the interconnectivity of the waves. So lean into that, build that, and stop emphasizing so much your physical strength, because there's going to come a time when our physical strength is not going to be so strong. Shout out to my mama. But there's a time when our spiritual strength is going to be needed more than anything else. So if you start developing it and strengthening it and building it before you have to, before you need to, when the times come in and you need it, it's just going to come into flow. And then you start to connect with others on a spiritual level. It's the next dimension. It's a stronger dimension. It's a dimension that doesn't even require you to physically be in the same room, but it allows you that space of healing, that space of connectivity. So my ministry today, even with all the wind, is just to lean into your spiritual self, hold on to your spiritual gifts, know that God, our spiritual Father, He is so powerful. He just places power into us. So you and I are more powerful spiritually than we even know, because it's not a space that they told us about as we were growing up. It's not a space that they really emphasize. Everyone's emphasizing, oh, walk and lift weights and work out and do all these physical exercises. But what are the spiritual exercises you're doing to become spiritually stronger? And it could be in combination of the physical exercises. It could be in combination of the emotional exercises. But the key is to own it, identify it, and keep strengthening it. So when I do my walks, this is my perfect time to work on my spiritual strength, my spiritual beingness, my spiritual power, because it allows me to connect, right? Connect with my higher power, connect with my higher power within myself, and also to connect with you. Hi, right? So that's today's service. That's the message. That's what I want to remind you today is your own divine healing starts within you. And we all have spiritual gifts, especially spiritual gifts as healers. So lean into your spirituality, create your committee, your spiritual committee. So that's a big part right there, because your spiritual committee will hold you up and hold you together when you can't do it for yourself. So I know a lot of us count on having a physical committee, and I'm going to tell you, build and develop your spiritual committee too. People who can pray for you, who can send you spiritual high vibrations of spirituality, high vibes. That's why we're the high vibe space, because there's a lot of people I meet on here that I know just need prayer, right? Just need some high spirituality, high vibes, a smile for the day, some words of positivity, some high vibrational energy. Sometimes that's all people need is just to be around it or to see it, and it can cause such a major shift in their life. So that's the message today. That's today's service. If you got it, say got it. If you needed it, say I needed this today, so I can continue to drop in it for you and understanding the power of prayer and the power of peace. Peace.